I'd like to call to order the Leesburg Area Florida School Directors regular monthly board meeting on Wednesday, October 28, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. in the Leesburg High School auditorium. Would everybody please rise to the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. And Ms. Stark, could you give the executive sessions, please?
Executive sessions were held on October 14, 2020, beginning at 6:30 with full board for personnel issues and legal issues in the Leesburg Area High School Library. And also this evening, October 28, 2020, at 6:30 with full board for personnel issues, legal issues, and safety in the Leesburg Area High School Library. Public work session was held on October 14, 2020, beginning at 7:30 in the Leesburg High School auditorium.
Thank you. Board committee reports. Student representative report. We have none this time. Oh, we did. I'm sorry. Thank you.
So Olivia Calican be here because she's in the gym playing. But the volleyball team is playing West Green at the moment. Football had 3 wins and 4 losses. Girls soccer had 6 wins and 4 losses. The boys soccer had 7 wins and 6 losses and went 2-0 in the North Catholic game the other day for playoffs. Well, they lost, but that's sad. Students attending the PASC Virtual State Conference will be on a call from 3:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. this Friday. And a lot of concern with most of the clubs is they don't know how to proceed with some of the activities that we do. Like, we don't know if we should submit like powder puff for board approval or like what direction we should take on like planning these activities.
Okay, for the.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Oh, I would speak to your teacher advisor and then
Yeah.
talk to Mr. Rogers about what you can and cannot do.
Okay.
You're not as honest power puff is, I don't see us approving that right now.
Yeah.
Just because of the unnecessary contact. Maybe in the spring.
That was our hope. Yeah, like that was like, because I was talking with my student council advisor and that was our concern, was half the stuff that we do, we can't, so.
Yeah, in the spring, probably, hopefully after the.
Yeah.
And the flu season and hopefully COVID season is reduced.
Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Parent intermediate year report, Ms. Stewart.
We met last Tuesday via Zoom, and we had some retirements, some hirings, some resignations, and also had, previously I mentioned about Mr. Wagner was going to be stepping down as director, and so now that is being advertised. They came up with the job description and the posting for that. So if anybody knows of anyone interested in something like that, it would be available to check out the description.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Leonard P. monthly report, Mr. Shea, Mr. Lovelace.
Yes, Levy gave out their midterm progress reports on October 22nd, 23rd. It was done virtually. Community night was canceled for 2021. The ninth grade tours are postponed for the time being. They're looking at different ways to introduce these students and so they can see what they have to offer or not. And then the Clingman Smiths came in to Lenape on September 18th, gave faculty, staff, and family vaccinations on site. That's all I have.
Armstrong County Tax Collection Committee report, by myself, Brady. We had a email come out that there were no questions at all for the tax committee report from all the school districts associated with it, so they had canceled the October meeting and are postponing it till January to be scheduled. And that is with Berkheimer, and as I had mentioned before, with the new tax collection people that we have put in over the past 3, 4, 5 years ago, we've had few, if any, concerns amongst the school districts that are associated with Berkheimer in doing this. PSBA member liaison report, Mrs. Knight.
Okay, my report tonight consists of information about the block, trying to block Senate Bill 1230. That is, I have advocated to Jeff Powell, which is the representative of the House, and Joe Pittman, who is one of our senators, to block this bill because it would take like money that was meant from the CARES Act that needs to be going to public schools that are being defunded right now, and they are putting it in 500 million of the billion that is needed to go is going towards private schools and religious schools that already have scholarship programs that are already taking care of them. So right now I have written in to the senator and to the House and the representative of the House to oppose Bill 1230. And that is my report.
Thank you for doing that too. Administrative reports, health and safety committee discussion. Ms. Nix?
Yeah, this is my presentation. Unfortunately, I do suspect that at least once a month, if not 2 meetings a month, we're going to be talking about our health and safety plan. So if you watch the news or read the newspaper, I know my life has been consumed with it the last week. Westmoreland County, that we are 1/3 Westmoreland County in the Leesburg area school district, is still considered a county with substantial spread with an incident rate of 124.1 for 100,000 cases. In Armstrong County, although not technically considered a county with substantial spread, has an incredible incident rate of 99.6 for 100,000 cases. Based on these numbers, we are only 0.4 away from being substantial in Armstrong County. However, as of this morning, Leesburg, the town of Leesburg, has only had 2 positive cases in the last 2 days. As we had discussed in August, the recommendation put forth from the state says any school in this substantial county should go all virtual. Leesburg should be switching to full remote because of this metric, it was a solid metric. This is a recommendation based on the fact that 1/3 of our district is a West. To date, we have had 1 positive teacher case and 0 positive student cases. We have had 71 students either tested or have been quarantined because they are considered a close contact. As of this morning, we are waiting on 2 student results, 2 staff member results, and 3 parent results. Currently, we are up to 106 students choosing our virtual academy. That's just over 15% of our student population. This does not include the students currently in quarantine. Although the Department of Health and the Department of Education recommends that we switch to an all virtual model of education, it is up to the authoritative body of the school, which is the school board of directors. You're the ultimate decision maker in our educational model. The school board does have options to choose from, and I want to make sure you understand your options. You can vote to go all virtual until the new data comes out over a 2-week period. You can choose to do nothing and stay the course of 5 days a week of instruction, as we are currently doing for 18 days now. You can switch to a hybrid model in which all students come 2 days a week and 3 days virtually. do not see a need to revert back to a based on the substantial rating of Westmoreland County and near substantial rating of Armstrong County. I do, however, feel that we need to do something to keep our numbers where they are at. It is only a matter of time before we start seeing our numbers rise within the walls of our school district. With this being said, I would like to suggest we go to a 4-day model of school, with students and staff reporting on Monday and Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday. Wednesday would be a virtual day of online instruction where our staff and students would be home. Wednesday would provide valuable time to our teachers to continue their preparations for both online and in-person learning, as they are daily losing prep time to accommodate all learners. The other purpose of this day is to deep clean the building in order to mitigate and prevent the spread of COVID-19 as COVID-19 as well as other germs, bacteria, and viruses that cause the common cold and flu. These same or similar symptoms can easily be displayed or construed as COVID-19. I would suggest we start next week, November 2nd, and continue through the week of November 9th to monitor our data. We can reevaluate at the November 11th meeting. As an alternative, we can also monitor the data for 2 more weeks until the next board meeting on November 11th, and then make a decision. But I need you to understand that we need to be prepared to act quickly as these numbers and recommendations change weekly from the state or can change daily based on what's going on in our district. I am also, after our discussion tonight, and regardless of the outcome, will be notified families of the same. I understand that these decisions are hard and they're not popular. This recommendation is one that I've not made at a moment's notice. I've sat in on many meetings over the last week and have had many discussions. These are not popular decisions, either as parents will need to adjust their child being on 1 day per week, but this would be a better predicament than reverting back to all virtual or having to shut down for a few weeks to our numbers. I know that was a long talk. Do we have any questions?
Would we put that under other for a vote this evening?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't put it on, I didn't know if they wanted it on.
Yeah, I mean, if the board wants to make a change, then, yes, you would make a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation. Or to do something different if you want.
Can you elaborate some on what the Wednesday will be like or what's going to happen?
Yeah, so Wednesday will be reverting back to what we've always done in virtual for the first 20 days. So there would be live interaction with the teacher. There would be time for remediation. They would not be required to be on the computer all day long. There would be chunks of time where they would have their ELA, social studies, whatever the case may be. So David and I will look at the volleyball game, which is why we're not here. So I'll just give you an example for kindergarten. Is that okay? Like going to what grade? So for kindergarten, from 10:15 to 10:38, they are going to be receiving their F-grade live from a teacher. At 10:30 to 11:50, they'll be having their language arts live. And then from 11:50 to 12:20, there will be online support for ELA that they can log into to any help that they need. And then from 1:20 to 1:50, they'll be doing math. Science and social studies will be 1:20 to 2:20. And then 2:20 to 2:30 will be another opportunity for them to get math and social studies and science help and math. I can go through every grade if you want.
No.
The high school's different. The high school is different. They are all the same. It's based on subject, not by grade. So from 9 to 10, they're going to have specials in social studies. From 10 to 11, they'll be ELA and math. For 11 to 12, they'll science and specials. 12 to 1, math and ELA, and 1 to 2, science and social studies. And just for us, so our learning support, our aides, our paraprofessionals were extremely helpful to our students during the virtual, so they'll be checking in as well with their assigned students.
I have one or two questions. Can we talk about the school lunches?
Yeah.
Also talk about the plan for Lenape.
Yeah, so Lenape's schedule will stay, they will not report here on Wednesday, so just like they did during virtual. If Lenape's in operation on Wednesday, they will get their transportation and go to Lenape as they always do. As far as lunches, we will continue to feed our students 5 days a week. They have to, our virtual students at home have to pre-order, so we would follow that same model on Wednesday as well. Now, if they can't come on Wednesday, Jackie can provide a take-home option for the Wednesday schedule.
When do they have to let you know that by?
Jackie will put that together Tuesday morning. We'll have to know for our numbers for Tuesday. If we get back on Tuesday.
I guess my only concern from what you just said. So you said that they wouldn't be required to be on the computer all day, but we just went from 9 to 2 on the computer.
Yeah.
That's all day.
Yeah, so it'll be adaptable lessons during that time. So that's the chunk of time for like an ELA, for example. So whatever the lesson that the teacher prepared for that day, and how long it takes. So that's their scheduled time. They wouldn't be expected to be on an ELA lesson after that. That would be their time for them. They have a lot of time during that day. We can't waste the day and say it's just.
No, I understand that, but like, I guess my concern is part of the problem with the virtual at home for people was that they had a child that sat in front of a computer at home sometimes by themselves for hours. So like I would leave in the morning, my son he wouldn't get up whenever I left, but he would get up, let's say like 9 o'clock. Sometimes when I got home at 3:30, he was still in front of the computer. To me, that's not good.
Right, no, I agree with you. Like these lessons, I mean, they don't replace what we're doing in school, but it still has to be something what they have. So I do understand that. I wish they were here to explain that. I can have them come up for the volleyball games. So
No, I mean, that's fine, it's gonna be the same, but I just, like, the statement was made that they were not gonna be in front of a computer all day, but really they are.
Yeah, they will have to log in at some point to get their assignment to do that day.
They still have to
For
take
their
their
attendance, they
virtual
have to.
classes.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying if you make the statement out loud and say they're not gonna be required to be in front of a computer all day, but we just have a schedule from 9 to 2 where they're gonna be, that is all day. So they are gonna be in front of a computer all day, I guess, which was my concern, and that's a concern for a lot of people at home. Their kids were in front of a computer for such a long time.
Yeah.
And so, like, when we're talking about, I'm all about education, so let me first say that, that's what I do. But I do think that it's not healthy for a child to be in front of a computer from 9 until 2 o'clock. You know, like every other study says that you're supposed to limit screen time, and we're tagging them.
Right. No, I agree with that. This time, like, I can't say out loud that, yeah, it's gonna be 10 minutes, they're gonna be on there doing ELA, but they have to log in for credit for the school day to do that. That's fine. That's on there, or if the teacher's going on live to do that. So does that make sense? Like, we have to do it that way to get credit for the day. Because we don't want to be making up, this may last 2 weeks, or it could last 2 months, like, we don't know that. So I don't want to waste that number of days of instruction. We just can't and make them up.
Are they able to take the class later in the day if they don't log on?
Yeah, so they will have till midnight. They will have till midnight to turn in those assignments. They always have when they're on virtual.
So it'll still be 5 hours, but it doesn't have to be straight through, correct?
Yeah, and
Unless they want it to be.
I guess it's about what the virtual students are doing.
the virtual students, yeah, the students who have chosen virtual are in their classes every day.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be different because they're not, all of the kids aren't here. All of the kids are at home. So it's different than them having to log on to their classes here.
And the other thing for the students that are doing the virtual with the Leesburg area cyber school, you know, on Monday through Friday, they're 100% remote. On a Wednesday, that curriculum in the classes will be the same for the ones that were here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It will be the same on Wednesday as it is for the virtual students who are 100%. So, you know, the curriculum for that day or the training for that day.
So the building will be we're deep cleaning every Tuesday and Wednesday. And what I mean by that is the entire building is getting sprayed down with disinfectant geared towards our current virus. So on top of the spraying down, everything is going to be hand wiped down with the same solution and then sprayed down, which is why the building has to be empty.
knowing that on November 11th, you may be forced to make decisions because if those counties are substantial, it is a completely different picture of what it is right now.
A motion is needed to approve resolution 2020-2021-01 regarding the Berkheimer account authorization as presented in Exhibit B2. Do I have a motion? Second. Comments? This just changes our former business manager to the new business manager for authorization to work with Berkheimer. All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? None, motion passes, thank you. Number 3, a motion is needed to acknowledge receipt of the following financial report and to ratify and approve the expenditures specifically set forth therein. Cash receipts, Exhibit B3, tax collector's report, Exhibit B4, list of bills, Exhibit B5, treasurer's report, Exhibit B6, quarterly scholarship account summary, Exhibit B7, revenue detail report, Exhibit B8, monthly expenditure report, Exhibit B9, quarterly student activity account summary, Exhibit B10, access report, Exhibit B11, construction account update report, Exhibit B12. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstention? Motion passes, thank you. C, under field trip request. A motion is needed to approve the following field trip request subject to funding availability as presented in Exhibit C1. Requested by Jacob Rochek on behalf of the marching band. Locations at Freedom Square, Leesburg, PA, and the date is November 11th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Comments?
I have a question. If we are in the substantial mode at that time, would this still be in effect?
From my perspective, just because we're not shutting down virtually at that point, and we can still allow them to go, and the community can still sponsor the event. It's a community event, so if it's canceled, it's canceled.
even if we are full virtual?
So if we're full virtual and if it's because of student outbreak, then I would definitely re-examine that. So I'm okay with doing it for now, but if no, to answer your question. if
Yes,
we're-
that was
we're-
my
Yeah,
concern.
I'm sorry, if we're shut down by the Department of Health, then no student activities.
Okay, thank you.
Now they relate to, okay,
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Jacob, if we're virtual, you're not going. Okay. Okay, good, we're on the same page. Okay.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? The motion passes. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Under curriculum, a motion is needed to approve the 2020-2021 David Leach Elementary School School-wide Title I school plan as presented in Exhibit B1. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Under legislative issues, a motion is needed to amend the following policies for the school district policy manual. Amend policy 006.1, attendance at meetings via electronic communications. And in Exhibit E1, policy 317.1, educator misconduct. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. 2, a motion is needed to approve the second reading of the following policy for the school district policy manual. Second reading for policy 309.1, telework, exhibit E2. Do I have a motion? Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Under board-related issues, a motion is needed to approve the updated 2020-2021 bus drivers, bus driver substitutes, and bus aides. Do I have a motion? Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Motion is needed to approve the updated 2020-2021 busing schedules. Do I have a motion? Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Amendment 3, a motion is needed to approve the LERTA application submitted by Ms. Charity Stevenson and to direct the administration to notify the applicant of the board's decision as presented in Exhibit F3. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Ms. Star, do we have any other old business? Communications?
Yes, we do have a communication you had decided to.
Okay, under communications, we've received a letter from Michael Commons, president of the Leesburg Education Foundation. It is directed to myself and the school board of directors. Typically, September, October of the year brings me to a school board meeting to present a check to our annual Robert E. Nigro Innovative Educator Award Program. This year, due to COVID-19 practices, I have decided to write to you with the intention of introducing to you our selections for our awards this year. This year, we decided to fund 2 grant requests that we received due to the merit of their proposals. First is Ms. Janine Bono, who will use our funds to support a hands-on science experience with her IOL pellet project in her 6th grade science classroom. Our second award will fund the purchase of 2 iPads for Mrs. Nicolette Diane's 2nd grade classroom to continue her use of the Osmo program kits for reading instruction, which we funded in a past award. It is our pleasure to continue to award grants to the school district and hope in the future to increase how we can support the district through future fundraising efforts. As you may realize, our efforts to fundraise this year with the major event have been hampered through COVID mitigation efforts. However, through our frugal spending and efforts to do small fundraisers, such as raffles, we've been able to financially continue to give our annual rewards, such as this one, to deserving Leesburg area programs. I thank you for supporting our students and teachers and look forward to a continued partnership in providing a quality education to the students in the Leesburg area. Sincerely, Michael Clemens, President. The awards were to Ms. Nicolette Diani for $700 and to Ms. Janine Bono for $500. We, the board, would like, and administration would like to thank you for the continued support of our Leesburg area school district through the Robert Nigro Innovative Educator Award Program. Much appreciated. Thank you. Do we have any other communications? Okay, under other, a motion is needed to approve the mutual release and settlement agreement between TPK Inc., Spring Turf LLC, and the Leesburg Area School District as presented in Exhibit 01. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Comments? All those in favor? Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. A motion is needed to approve the grant project modification on PCCD, Emergency School Health and Safety Grant number 34007, to purchase a power scrubber floor sanitizer, an air handler filtration system, and speakerphone with cable installation at a cost of $12,836, eliminating the budget line items for coveralls for custodial staff at a cost of $1,000, disinfectant for spray machines at a cost of $500, face shields at a cost of $370, hand-free soap dispensers at a cost of $6,980, social emotional curriculum at a cost of $6,978, and touch-free paper towel dispensers at a cost of $2,730. The remaining budget was updated to reflect actual expenditures for previously submitted line items included in the original grant submission. These adjustments will complete the grant in its entirety. Total funds received and expended or obligated at October 30th, 2020 is $148,532 as presented in Exhibit 02. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Comments? We appreciate administration for the writing of the grant, which helped us to reduce our budget items. All those in favor? Aye. Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Under other, I would like to propose.
I would say a motion is needed to accept the superintendent's recommendation to move to a 4-day per week instructional in-school instructional model until further review of data.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Comments? And this will start November 2nd.
This will start next Monday. And to answer Ms. Buckley's concern, I will have both principals send out their concrete directions. I'll have a meet with staff tomorrow, and then I'll get the general outline of what's going to happen, and then I'll have them specifically bring to the parents of their
Okay, thank you.
We're not trying to penalize the family, especially for the situation of how they're all. So that's not our.
All those in favor? I'm sorry.
So this will be, if we do this, this would be starting Monday, but it would go for the 2 weeks and then revisited the
Yes.
next board meeting,
Yeah.
correct?
At the
Correct.
next board meeting, so it would actually go all of next week and the week after, and then we'll talk about it at the next board meeting for a different motion to end it or continue it, yeah. So wait, let me get my calendar.
So it would be at least for 3 weeks.
Yes, that's
Okay.
3 weeks, I believe.
So does it expire then, after 3 weeks?
It does. It does not, I mean, the way I have it written, that it continues while you review data. So it would not automatically expire, at the next board meeting. If you want to change it, then you would make a motion to change that.
Gotcha.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So
we're
it'll be
back at
all
2
of next week and all the following week because the board meeting's on November 11th, so that's our second week. So we would already pass the first day. So on the 11th, I'll represent the data for you to decide if you want to continue it.
Okay, thank you.
And the only change would be if we had a number of COVID students and faculty or administration, if we have 4, then the government could come in and put us into the virtual mode.
Yeah, but you could
Yeah.
revert back to 5 though, if you wanted to, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could go back to 5.
I still want to get us
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
sooner
you
than
could go
later.
back. Okay, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Under remarks by visitors on items not included on the agenda, we have? None? Thank you. Ms. Hart, we have the announcement of the date and time and place of the following meetings.
I would like to request the board's recommendation for discussion on the regular board meeting that is scheduled for Wednesday, November 25th, 2020, 7:30. That is the day before Thanksgiving. We discuss this annually during the month of October as to whether or not we want to combine the public work session and regular board meeting, or do we want to continue with the November 11th and November 25th dates that were set.
Item on the first, on the second Wednesday of the month.
That is, because I'm just thinking health and safety plan wise, to discuss it again. I don't know if we would need it 2 weeks in a row, but technically, Trish, would we meet again for the resource meeting December 2nd, or
No.
is it the 9th?
The 9th.
So my suggestion would be to either do it 2 weeks in a row, the 11th or the 18th, or have another one on the 2nd. Because I don't see the data changing much from the 11th to the 18th, but one never knows.
So,
That would be the big pressing issue, is our health and safety plan.
so the 11th and 18th would be the best, correct?
I mean, it's up to you guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't,
Or, yeah, 11th to the 2nd, because the kids are not here the week of November 23rd. I believe, are they only here Monday, I think?
Yeah, just Monday.
So they're only here Monday, so that week would be irrelevant, not irrelevant, but they would be here anyways on Monday. So it would either have to be November 2nd, or November 18th, or December 2nd. I don't know if you want to have.
Comments from the board, would you want November 2nd and
December.
November 11th and December 2nd.
If they come back
The first.
yeah.
is there a reason that it would be pointless to have them, to have 2 meetings during November? Or are we doing that for our own?
No, the current board meeting is scheduled for the 25th, which is the day before Thanksgiving. So it's just a matter of.
so we'll do the 11th and the 18th, I would think.
I have a concern about not meeting, given everything that's going on. It's just a concern.
Yeah, no, I agree with Carol. Okay.
What time of day do they do school? 'Cause that's a Wednesday, right? That's the day we're choosing not to have kids to school, the day they're gonna be talking to school?
I'm sorry, they're off the day before Thanksgiving.
No, I'm talking about the 11th.
Oh, yeah, you're right, there's no school that day, we have a meeting that evening.
I'm saying, where are they sanitizing during that day? Like, where?
Oh, they'll be done, like, they're busy all
okay,
day, yeah, they won't be in here.
That was my only question.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
So I'm like, we're having a meeting on the same day that they're talking to
Yeah,
school.
No, it'll be done. No, and I'll make sure, I'll have them do this Tuesday night, so it's.
Okay.
So do we think the 11th and the 18th would be good?
11th and the 2nd of December.
I mean, I think the issue, right, if you don't have a meeting on the 25th, they're not in the building anyway. So even if you decide something, it's not really going to go effect until the early.
Whatever you decide on the, if say, I'm hypothetically, if you met the 2nd, so whatever you decided on December 11th, it would be the following week after December 2nd. So it's really only 2 school weeks anyway.
Well, I mean, couldn't you say that couldn't you say that you were doing it on the 11th and then December 2nd, but if something came up, could you call a special board meeting or?
Yeah.
Once you move it from the 25th, is that, then you have to do extra paperwork to get another board meeting or no? Well, you have to advertise it, yes. You have to advertise it 24 hours in advance. So, but I mean, it really wouldn't be that, so I'm asking, I don't know. If something pressing came up, would it be a big deal for you to say, we're gonna have a special board meeting to discuss this because of?
No, because we didn't at some point, we may have to have a special board meeting, so no, to answer your question, it would just be
So if it's
re-advertising.
necessary, you would let us
Yeah,
know.
oh, absolutely.
So we could do November 18th and December 2nd,
November 11th and December.
November 11th and December 7th.
All right, then I have a question about December.
Yeah,
So then December second, and then that's the first Wednesday. Then what, we change both December meetings?
Well, you have to have a reorganization meeting
Oh, that's
the
right.
first
Yeah,
week,
okay,
the first
that's right.
full week of December. So, the first Monday of December counts as, that's when you start your first full week. So that week is reorganization. Typically, you guys have just one meeting in December, which is your you combine your reorganization with your regular meeting, and you have that on the first full Wednesday
Okay, yeah, that works then.
of the
That's
month.
so we'll do November 11th, December 2nd, and then December 9th will be the reorg meeting.
Correct.
Is that agreeable with everyone?
The reorg is short typically anyhow.
Yeah, if something comes up with COVID.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, if that
It'll-
ever.
December, we would only have the second and the ninth,
one meeting.
Yeah,
nothing until January after that.
yeah, that's normal. That's actually better.
Well, I understand it, I'm just saying for COVID, because right now, if we're in 4 days a week and you're not happy with that, are you gonna be happy if we're still in that and something happens? and we're-
So we're gonna go with November 11th, December 2nd, and December 9th is a reorg meeting, but if we need to, we can address anything from COVID and from school areas also on the 9th. Okay, Ms. Tarr?
Okay, well, let's, a motion is needed to set the board meetings, to cancel the November 25th board meeting and reschedule the meeting for December 2nd, and to set the reorganization meeting for December 9th.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Who made that motion? I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yes, Mr. Shea.
comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you.